extends over an area of 807 square kilometers, is of volcanic origin. This island rose from the ocean some 25 million years ago as a result of the accumulation of material from repeated eruptions. The area of Timanfaya National Park we are now visiting, within the confines of the Faya Mountains, is located in the southeast of the island and comprises but a small part of the 172 square kilometers covered by volcanic debris during the eruptions of the 18th and 19th centuries. Between 1726 and 1730, frequent earthquakes and loud underground rumblings caused panic among the population of the interior, who fled, seeking refuge in Tegiza and Arrecife. The eruption took place towards the end of the summer of 1730, on the evening of the 1st of September. The events that then occurred were recorded in the manuscripts of an exceptional witness, the priest of Yaitza, Don Andres Lorenzo Corbello, who wrote, "Between 9 and 10 o'clock in the evening, the earth suddenly opened near Timanfaya, 2 leagues from Yaitza. During the first night, an enormous mountain arose out of the heart of the earth. The flames, which came out of its apex, went on burning for 19 days. This signaled the beginning of the most important period of volcanic activity in the history of the Canary Islands. It lasted for 6 years, with phases of varying intensity, during which streams of molten lava registering 800 degrees centigrade and enormous showers of ashes destroyed every last vestige of life." Belong to the fissure category, which means an enormous fissure several kilometers long opens up, allowing vast amounts of lava to emerge in the form of molten streams. This lava fills up depressions in the ground, leveling out the terrain to leave an almost horizontal surface. Cones form from the accumulation of volcanic material around emission areas. Lava flows dominate the landscape, despite the sight of large amounts of cones and numerous eruption exits. An endless amount of lava tongues sprouts from craters which join up, intermingling with each other to form. Whenever people believed that the fires in the volcanoes were dying out, new fissures opened up and the eruptions regained their former intensity. This was recorded by the priest of Yaitsa as follows. On the 18th of October 17... Whenever people believed that the fires in the volcanoes were dying out, new fissures opened up and the eruptions regained their former intensity. This was recorded by the priest of Yaitsa as follows. On the 18th of October 1730, 3 new openings formed on top of Santa Catalina and from other outlets, from which thick smoke emerges and spreads over the entire island. At the same time, huge quantities of lava and ash are being scattered over the surrounding countryside. The explosions that followed this phenomenon, together with the intense darkness produced by masses of ashes and smoke covering the whole island, caused the inhabitants of Yaitsa to take flight several times. The lava streams and showers of volcanic rains totally destroyed around 30 hamlets, besides causing serious damage to another 20 small villages. Large areas under cultivation were also destroyed, together with crops, barns, water catchments, pasture lands and livestock. Of the affected area were gradually losing hope until they finally left, moving to other parts of the island or even further afield. It is estimated that almost half of the population of Lanzarote had emigrated only 5 months after the eruptions began. At one stage it was even suggested that the entire island be evacuated. This part of the island, which consisted of small, isolated and thinly populated hamlets, extending over the entire region, suffered complete devastation. Their names were Tingafa, Mancha Blanca, Santa Catalina, Peña Palomas, Maretas, San Juan, Jaretas, Timanfaya, Testina, Rodeo and Mazo. landscape of Timanfaya gives the impression of a desert, where aridity and temperature fluctuations of 20 degrees between day and night would make it almost impossible for animal life to exist. All one sees are small succulent plants or thorn bushes in the Valley of Tranquility landscape, where time seems to have stood still under the pressure of the intense heat. Volcanic rains are the most predominant of all materials emitted during the eruptions, whose texture contrasts with that of the magma seen in the sea of lava. Only a minimum of plant life takes root in these areas, where even lichens are very rare. Macizo del Fuego, at which we now find ourselves, was the epicenter of the eruptions and is 525 meters high at its summit. This volcano was covered with slag and ashes from the 18th century eruptions, but at its crest one notices that the surface of the older section is not completely covered up by the more recent lava. Of great sculptured beauty extend eastwards and westwards, such as the Corazoncillo, considered one of the most spectacular examples of the entire Timanfaya area. As we see, it consists of a ring-shaped cone with a single central crater more than 500 meters in diameter and 170 meters in depth. The floor of the crater is 100 meters deeper than the external base of the structure. accumulated as a result of dust storms in the distant Sahara. These occasionally cloud the atmosphere above Timanfaya, showering particles on the ground, creating a layer of dust of up to 2 kilos a square meter.